And none of this counted for anything anyway. In the very end, in his 80s, he was blind and mad, wandering about in Windsor Castle in a purple dressing gown, Lear-like, with his wild white hair, lost to all reality. He had tried very hard throughout a period of 60 years on the throne, many of them intensely difficult, publicly or privately or both, to be a good king. And he'd undoubtedly remained loyal to the Whig principles of constitutional monarchy, in the name of which his great-grandfather, George I, had left the quiet and orderly gardens of Herrenhausen to become monarch of this seething, growing, and turbulent country.
A description in words and full-colour illustrations of the treasures of the British Royal Collection and the history of their acquisition by British monarchs through the ages are contained in a BBC book, Royal Heritage, available at booksellers, price £14.75. Next week, Hugh Weldon looks at some of the buildings and works of art bequeathed by George IV and visits the private apartments at Windsor Castle. Royal Heritage, next Friday at 10:50.
Tomorrow on BBC1, Sex and the Single Girl, starring Tony Curtis and Natalie Wood.
Dr. Anderson, I hope you don't think that I'm happy about it. This filthy rag is using sex and me for no better purpose than to make money. Hello?
Dr. Brown, this is Robert Weston, the managing editor of Stop Magazine. I want you to know that I'm outraged, absolutely outraged by this unwarranted attack upon you in our current issue. And I want you to know that I have fired the man who was responsible.
There is one thing that you could do for me.
Anything.
Why don't you go?
What a mouth on that girl.
Sex and the Single Girl, tomorrow night at 10:45 on BBC1.
And now our late film for Friday night. Joan Collins, Jean Barry and Richard Todd star in the thriller Subterfuge.